I made so many excuses. It got to the size it did. And I just neglected myself. And I thought, it's like, oh, well, I'm just burnt out. It came back as cancer. And I just remember looking at my husband, and I'm holding the phone like this, and I'm like looking at him. And we're both just like, what? What did we just hear? And I'm just like, I whisper, I have cancer? I'm gonna live though, right? Do I get enough time with my son? And that was it. 2 years prior to my diagnosis, I started to not feel well. And I was like, oh, well, it's a year after I had my son. I went back to work after 3 months. Maybe I'm just burnt out. My energy was lowering. I was having some nerve issues. Honestly, I lost sight in my right eye for many, many months. And my eye doctor and no other doctors could figure out why. It was like uveitis almost, but they were like, we don't know why it's triggering so bad. Maybe you're just stressed. I mean, I work at corporate, of course I'm stressed, and I'm a mom, so okay. So I went down multiple rabbit holes, then I saw a doctor to do some blood work, kind of trying to put the puzzle pieces together. And so I started doing a bunch of different therapies to help, and I was trying to do an ozone treatment, and she couldn't get the blood work out of my arm. The bump was there, like it was just a tiny little pebble, but it was just like, oh, I did fall running like 6 months ago. Did I get a pebble underneath my arm, And it kept growing and growing. And physically, my body was failing on all aspects. It was like my sight I was losing my sight for no reason. I couldn't lift my son. I was dropping things. I couldn't remember basic things. When my body was failing to function basic things, just to get out of bed, like my joints suffered. When my body can't move, I can't logically think. My body couldn't maintain a pregnancy at all or anything like that. I was like, okay, I was like, this isn't right. It's like, I need to get this removed, but something's really, really wrong. I thought it was nothing. I thought it was just, okay, whatever. Gave myself excuses, didn't listen to my intuition, to my gut. I just was like, nope, I got to do this. Oh, well, I canceled a lot of my dermatology appointments, actually. I scheduled them, but then I would have a meeting book over it. At work, I maintained the profile, I will say, of being, a very dominant account manager, always on it. I would just put the mask on. And I say that specifically. I put a mask on because I wanted to be that person that was strong, could not be intimidated easily, and I get my work done. But the people who suffered after that mask came off was my husband, was my friends, and my son, because I didn't get patience. I also still had to be a mom. I still had to be a wife. I still had to be a caretaker in a house. Like the house had to be taken care of. And so I would melt down. Like my emotions were all over the place. And even my friends and neighbors would say, are you okay? We feel that's what makes us worthy, to be existing. And to piggyback on that, society has put it in its place for us to do it all. We are doing this to be worthy, to feel worthy, to be worthy enough to exist and to get love and to get validation in this world. That is why. And it stems also from these people out there that's like, yeah, you can do it all. I did it, you can. And look at all the praise and love and worthiness I get. You can too, but you have to do it all. And the reality is, no, you don't. I will tell you, the people that say they can do it all, they have to give up something. And so what is that? And for me at that moment in time, it was my health. It was me. I've seen the same dermatologist for many, many years, and I love him. He is phenomenal. So I went in and he removed it and he was looking at it. And I think also from that moment too, I was just like, what did he just find? Because he's looking at it in the vial before he's sending it off to biopsy. And he's like, regardless of what happens, he's like, you need to make sure you hear from me. This is very abnormal. He's like, I'm sending it right away. And I was like, okay. And at that moment, I think my gut kind of shrunk. I was just like, oh, okay. So what I was feeling a month prior about my body, just like, this is something. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to be cancer though. So that was in October. It took until January. Went through 4 pathologists. They couldn't find it until the Huntsman Center here in Utah, which I'm so beyond grateful for. Cutting edge technology. They literally saved my life. They are the ones who found that it was consistent with metastatic melanoma. And my dermatologist calls. He's like, but I need to talk to you. Do you have a moment? And I was like, yes, sure, Scott, go ahead, talk. He's on speaker, I'm typing, literally as he's talking. Why? Because I needed to finish the thing with work, because I really did go numb. He told me, he said it, and then I like paused for a minute. He's like, Marie, I got your results back from pathology. It came back as cancer. He's like, I need you to get your husband. We need to have a serious conversation. This is serious. I think what shook me more, I was like, Scott, I'm gonna live though, right? And he's like, Marie, I just don't know. He's like, you need to see these doctors. He's like, you're in their hands now. I just cried. And then my husband, he whispered, he's like, you are a warrior, you're gonna make it. You are strong, you're gonna fight this. He's like, you have a lot of reason to fight. And then he whispered, he's like, you will see your son grow up. It's like, you got this. Just that was just kind of setting the stage of, regardless of what I was told, I was gonna beat this. And I think it was because of really my husband to be like, you're strong. You got this. It spread to the lymph nodes. So I had 8 removed and 3 had cancer in them. I'm incredibly grateful for Dr. Kunchwich with Intermountain. Like, seriously, like, he went in, got it out, and just so diligent. I was told by the oncology team, is like, hey, since it was able to spread from your elbow already up to your lymph nodes, we don't know if there are more. So it didn't go into any organs at that point, but at this rate, they're like, it was able to spread already, so we need to be proactive. Love my oncology doctor. She is so phenomenal. She totally meets me where I'm at, and I'm very transparent with her. She said, we're gonna do immunotherapy once a month for a year to a year and a half. Not even 3 weeks after my surgery, I started immunotherapy. I just give so much grace and empathy for those chemo patients, immunotherapy patients, sitting in that chair. It's like, when you see those videos of those people and they look like they're there but not, I get it. Because your body is just, it's devastating. I did 7 rounds of immunotherapy. I also, during my entire immunotherapy, had the worst arthritis. I immediately got some gut pain. I was very, very nauseous. Like, I was down for the count for at least a week. I was like, this is weird. And that's when my doctor was like, I think we need to check your gut. We need to schedule you for a colonoscopy. We're not going to do treatment, but I need to see what's going on. And we need to shut off immunotherapy right away. So we're going to put you on an immunosuppressant, which was rough. I felt like I lost. I was like, no, I can do this. Let me push. But this type of thing, I couldn't push the way I did in corporate. I couldn't put on somebody else's mask first. And I even said that to her, because I think she could tell. She's like, you're not failing. At that moment in time, I was extremely weak. I was extremely thin. I was not eating. I was lost over 20 pounds at that point. And so she just kind of was saying, it's like, you didn't fail. This isn't the end. This is just saying, your body telling me that it can do it. and it's okay. My husband made me a ring, a custom ring with his birthstone, my birthstone, and my son's. And at the end of immunotherapy, gosh, I'm gonna cry. He gave it to me, and he's like, every time you look down, please remember why you're fighting. And he's like, you're the reason too, because you're worthy enough to fight for yourself. And that ring is like so powerful. That ring, when I look down on it, I'm like, that's my reminder. But it's also my birthstone too. I gotta fight for me. And I knew this wasn't my end, because I was like, there's so much more to life I wanna do. If I wanna do something, if I want to be that author, if I wanna make candles, or if I wanna go visit the world, I do it. And I don't ask for permission to do so. The biggest loss is the identity shift that had to happen with cancer. My son and my husband were always a priority with my old identity and my new. But now it's health and them. My identity completely shifted. Now I could care less about a meeting or a job, but what I do care about is, you know, my story, my voice, and giving meaning to life again. And life is just so beautiful. And gratitude, it's just every single day, I'm just beyond grateful. I think the biggest one is believe in yourself and believe in your ability. There's only one you, you're uniquely you, and let it shine. But the biggest one is you are worthy enough. You are worthy enough to live this life, to live the life of your dreams, regardless of time. So go and live it. Nothing else matters.